By gaining control over mental consciousness, the greatest hymn of the universe can be attained. Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya. Book title: Brain, the Evident Kalpvriksha. What is Kalpvriksha? Kalpvriksha is a wish-fulfilling divine tree in Indian origin religions like Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, Sikhism, etc. In Vedic scriptures, it is mentioned that under Kalpvriksha, whatever is wished, good or bad, is fulfilled. Hence, one has to be careful in their thoughts while under the tree. The reality of Kalpvriksha can be debated in the absence of empirical evidence. Still, the mind, its mysteries and miracles are no longer unnoticed and have been acknowledged as a wishful divine gift to humankind in recent times and the times of yore. What do researchers have to say about the superpowers of the brain? Dr. Joseph Murphy expands the theory about the latent power of the subconscious mind and how this power can be used to improve every aspect of your life in his book, The Miracles of Your Mind. Dr. Solomon, in his book, Mind, Mysteries and Miracles, says, "The mind is a very subtle, mysterious and wonderful being. It is complicated to understand its secrets." Norman Doidge, MD, a psychiatrist and researcher, with his revolutionary discovery called neuroplasticity, throws away the centuries-old notion that the brain is fixed and unchanging. He outlines a riveting collection of case histories in his book, The Brain That Changes Itself, detailing the astonishing progress of people whose conditions had long been dismissed as hopeless. He claimed that brain can actually change its own structure and function even into old age. Doidge's new book, The Brain's Way of Healing, takes those findings to the next logical stage. He goes in search of cures and recoveries that either derives from or support that shift in thinking. An apparent miracle follows on apparent miracle. His first chapter details how a man in chronic pain from a crippling neck injury, himself a doctor, methodically teaches his brain to block out pain by visualization techniques, forcing those brain areas that felt pain to process anything but pain, to weaken his chronic brain circuits. This practice becomes second nature and then curative. The doctor, an American named Michael Moskowitz, now runs successfully, by Doidge's account, a revolutionary pain clinic helping those with conditions no number of analgesics can touch. What did the sages of yore have to say about the powerhouse with brain? Modern science is now accepting the brain's tremendous power. However, the power of the mind was known to Indian sages in ancient times. Indian yogis were able to explode in the void sky using its tremendous power. With this power, they were able to solve and control the human problems of the entire earth. The ability to make a lion and a cow drink water on the same shore is possible through this power. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in several chapters and verses, eloquently marks the significance of this mighty power. Example, in chapter 6, verse 5 and 6. Elevate yourself through the power of your mind, and not degrade yourself, for the mind can be the friend and also the enemy of the self. For those who have conquered the mind, it is their friend. For those who have failed to do so, the mind works as an enemy. The power of the mind is in no way less than atomic power. Instead, it is more powerful and mighty than that. Vedas have called this power Jyotisham Jyoti and said, within the power of the mind, all the powers of law, money, desire, and liberation exist. Despite knowing all the significant advantages of brain power, why does humankind suffer misery? Why are only a handful of people able to reap benefits of this mighty power? Can every ordinary human become extraordinary by utilizing this brain power? What are the easy-to-adapt methods to realize this brain power in day-to-day life? The answer to all these questions is in this book. The author has brought scientific spiritualism to you, written in a lucid language, making available ancient wisdom with a vision to create a bright future. Read this book to understand your brain and its ways of working vis-a-vis your own Kalpvriksha right within you. Some excerpts from the book are: the bird of man's subconsciousness mind lives in the nest of the brain, but it is not compelled to be bound in it. It can see the events of thousands of years ago or thousands of miles away, as if they were happening right in front of it, transcending the limits of space and time. Psychiatrist Dr. Thamala Momis has rightly said that if the pressure of the conscious mind is removed from the subconscious and it can get the facility to move freely, then its capacity for knowledge and movement can become unlimited. Research has been going on for the last many days in this regard to whether brain consciousness can be reversed or changed. Within the brain, what kind of potential resides in which areas has been discovered a lot. This experiment has been done successfully that any deformities lying in a trough of the brain can be activated by giving an electric shock. The person would feel as if the incident is not of the past but the present. It is believed that memory power is sharp in childhood and slows down with age, but it is not so in reality. At a young age, there is less burden on the brain. Thoughtful questions are few, incidents, sensations, and problems are also less in those days. As a result, the burden remains less, and what is to be thought and remembered is easily dealt with. But as one grows older, the scope of work increases and the burden of remembering, drawing conclusions, and making decisions. In such a situation, even after doing a lot of work, it is not unexpected to remain incomplete in some. Whatever was completed in the right way was not noticed, but what remained incomplete was considered a weakness of the brain or a decline in memory power. Considering such incidents, the concern of reduced brain power and worrying starts, whereas in reality nothing like that happens. The effect of the mind and mental state on the external and internal organs of the body is inevitable. This cannot be denied. This effect can be auspicious and inauspicious. It is a matter of your own choice. Live a life full of tension and fatigue, agitation and aggravation, or keep blooming like a flower by adopting happiness and contentment. It depends on your attitude, not on the circumstances as is commonly understood. Not just cold and headaches, but also dizziness, insomnia, burning eyes, lack of memory, etc. are also caused by holding a cry. According to American psychologist James Watt, women are free from suffocation and live a healthier and longer life by not being skimpy in shedding their tears. At the same time, men suffer the punishment of their harsh nature in the form of degradation of health. Psychiatrist Bernard Hollis healed his semi-neurotic patients by showing them emotional scenes, lightening their minds and making them cry. A permanent smile on the face and not missing an opportunity for laughter is more effective than a tonic for healthy people in boosting their immunity and keeping them healthy. It is also an invaluable medicine for the sick and depressed, without a price. Some topics covered in the book are: Get Whatever You Wish For, Amazing Brain Institute, Exceptional Creation of Superpower, Be Sick or Be Happy, Do We All Suffer from Dementia, Strike a Balance and Stay Happy, and Live a Happy and Spirited Life.